25 years. That was one of my worst ever weeks filmed at Red Dwarf.
She doesn't realise, you know, when you come in and that girl over there was dressed in the red suit, you know, as the tongue-tied character, and you have that sweat start coming down your face. My knees began to quiver, and I got a funny feeling in my kidneys and my liver. My hands just started shaking, and my heart began to thumping. My breakfast left my body. Darling, tell me something. Do you make me tongue-tied? Tongue-tied. Whenever you are near. I said stop!
About 15-20 minutes of this. You guys think I'm joking, don't you?
Unnecessary in and out of it. This is genuinely Chloe Annette's boob tube. So Chloe Annette's quite magnificent bosom has been housed in this garment. I laundered it many times.
Yes, it's a what's that label at the top there?
I think it's a very classy.
Top shop.
Top shop.
No expense paid on Redworth costume budget.
40.
So
anyone come here without their hair? Just right here.
So we're at 31. It could get funnier if someone...
35.
Oh yes, you did come with that hair.
35. I've just seen an 11-year-old's eyes go green. If the rest of his body starts turning, run for the exits.
Yeah.
I want that wig. 35. Any more on 35? Going once. Going twice. Sold to the man.
Now your eyes are naturally going to be pulled to the outside of the spiral. Don't let that happen. Concentrate on the very center of the spiral. Now I'm going to start a countdown in a few seconds. Don't join me. But at the end of that countdown, I want you to do exactly what I tell you to do. All right? Right at the very center of the spiral. Don't let your eyes be pulled away. 10, 9, 8. I know things are looking a bit funny. 7, 6, 5. Right in the middle. Don't let your eyes be pulled away. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, everybody. Look at my head.
Chris, another one for you. Can you remember the Rimmer special salute? Could you show us it, please?
The Rimmer special salute, sir. Rimmer special salute, sir.
Well, right, I shall venture forth. Well, in the Rimmer special salute in slow motion, is obviously you're standing in a 10 to 2 stance, and then it is. Don't get the wrong idea, but it is almost a salute, and it's also a photograph of me with my hand raised 7 inches. I could be, you know, particularly as UKIP have done so well, I could be in a lot of trouble. But of course then it becomes the unique special Rimmer salute because you start to rotate. And it can be any way. It can be either that way, if Rimsey's in a good mood, if he loves something good, and it can happen any number of times. 5 is the optimum number. And then from there it goes up to a standard, I'd say, British forces circa 50s to 70s salute. And then fastest way down. So here we go again.
Take the cards out. Give me the. Oh, okay. No, that's all right. Is there anything there? mind. Deal the cards one at a time. I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going. 11, 12, 13. Oh my God, the end must be a witch. Once again, somebody chose a card. Call out. 10 of hearts. Really? Yes. Next person.
Queen of Spades.
Queen of Spades. Yes. It's right there. Okay, this is the last one. Get excited. You people with children, throw them in the air. Somebody else is saying, what? Don't trust spectating kids. I know you're parents, but they can't be trusted. Last person.
3 diamonds!
3 diamonds.
Yes.
It's there.
It's like Scary Fairy woke up early in the wood behind the dairy. I'm sure she saw a sight she swore she'd never seen before. A little girl in bonny jacket making such an awful racket, heading for the cedar tree, bluebells way up past her knee. That little girl should be out riding the dark wood, thought as it looked down and gave a terrifying frown. For the girl had a riding hood, the colour of the deepest blood. So Scary Fairy, hair all curly, was curious about this girlie. So scrambling from her tiny hollow, beat her wings and went to follow. Red Riding Hood was heading for the middle of the wood, where Scary Fairy knew where Grandma's tiny cottage stood. Red Riding Hood passed her grandpa pruning back some edges. So Scary Fairy was quite wary and hovered round the edges, but she had seen him chop some of her favourite trees down dead, and watching him he ate a wolf of the chopping off his head. So Scary Fairy took the prairie, went through the garden of Mary Mary. It wasn't nearly as contrary as history has said. She skipped across some cockle shells, but tripped upon some silver bells, fell face first down and wishing well and landed on her head. But please do not be too alarmed, because Scary Fairy wasn't harmed. She merely couldn't see too clearly, although she could see stars. She whooshed her wand, the bruises all, the scratches gone, the problem solved. She dried her wings and left the water, and flew to find the woodman's daughter. It's understood Red Riding Hood's granny wasn't feeling good, so she baked a cake with cinnamon and berries from the wood. She hoped the cake would make Gran better, spare her blood and make her fatter. Hopefully the morning after she'd be out of bed and full of laughter. What Red Riding Hood was not to know, an evil creature was in tow. It stalked her through the morning mist, it snorted, farted, coughed and hissed. Its angry eyes were sly and devious. Red Riding Hood and he had previous, though Riding Hood she never knew. But her grandpa turned his coat to stew, and wolves had memories that last. Hid away as she walked past and slowly trotted down the track, about to pay her grandpa back. And it goes on, it goes on.
I'm sorry, it was gratuitous of me to do the banana trick over and over again. I really should have mixed it up a bit. It was, I'll do the carrot trick for you now. Thanks for a bit of applause, but it's not going to make me stop. 10,000 fruits and vegetables coming around.
Never go right. So, what I was hoping is that we could announce it today. We can't. But everyone wants one. UK TV want one. Everyone wants one.
Everyone wants it.
It's just a question, because it's complicated, the guys are going to be available, blah, blah, blah. So it's just taking a lot longer than anyone anticipated actually working out quite when and how we do that. My feeling is that we'll be shooting in February, and it probably won't be too far out, and then it will be going on 2 years. Not far off, or completely off, one of the two.
If we do film it in February, that means we'll be ready for the autumn season.
That's what we're saying about
Possibly like the last season was.
Who knows?
That gives you a year to save up for next year's damage.
Open up the folded bandana. Show the audience it is a regular bandana by waving it up and down. If the audience member does not believe it is a real bandana, allow him to wipe his face on it. And gather the four corners together, making a little makeshift bag. Using your free hand, fold the bandana along the creases you made earlier, and drop it into the folds of the fabric makeshift bag. From the outside of the makeshift bag, squeeze the bandana into a small little ball. What the audience didn't see is that you never really put the bandana in the fabric. You really kept it hidden in your left hand. Remember palming? Again, remember to keep your left hand held naturally. Now, make a magical gesture.